Namaskaram and a very good morning. So it's been a while since we shared any of the videos in live school. So right now there's a context for one. As you understand, we create super students who can clear India's toughest exams in just one last attempt, irrespective of your repeated failures and multiple attempts. And this time I'm going to tell you how exactly are we doing it. So currently we're preparing a strategy for Advanced Financial Management Paper 2 in CA Finance. And this is how it is done. Before we start the preparation, or before we finally finish the preparation before the exams, our base will always start with the weightage given by ICA. So we always stick to ICA weightage and we kind of analyze it in a particular way. If you notice, there are 5 sections or 6 sections rather, which ICA has divided the chapters into. Now for each section there is a particular weightage. Now one of the fundamental mistakes that students make is you assign chapter-wise weightage, which is impossible to get because except in rare cases like startup finance where is specifically mentioned 2 to 5 marks, most of the time it's block-wise weightage or section-wise weightage. So if you notice, there are 3 chapters like business valuation, mergers and acquisition, corporate restructuring. Together they'll come for 10 to 15 marks. So we'll go with block-wise weightages so that it's a very, very safe strategy which will happen for sure. Now the second step is we just have to look into the past 4-5 question papers. As you can see, we have a couple of chartered accountants here, Sri and ICA and Sri Maitreya, and we have Vamsi, Mitra and Manju who are preparing for their final exams now. So what they're currently analyzing is for each and every question paper. Maitreya, I might need this for a second. So this is your May 23 question paper. Now what Maitreya is doing is he's trying to understand each question from where it is picked up and he's creating a summary here. So this way, once you analyze the past 3-4 attempts papers along with the current year MTP, Mitra is doing the current year RTP. So everything will be very clear in your mind. You can have a quick look. Just show them around. Apart from this, it is very important for every one of you to summarize the content given in ICA, because if you look at ICA modules, they're extremely useful but quite bulky. At some point of time, you have to process them and summarize this into something meaningful. So this has the entire chapter overview, just a couple of pages, chapter overview for all the chapters. And if you get something like this will help you to get a bird's eye view of the entire subject. You can practically pass only using this set of papers. Like this is how things have to be done. So individually they prepare their own notes, and most importantly at the time when it is needed, we kind of combine everything and share it with all the students. So that way, when you have a very, very solid background strategy, it will be easy for you to actually go ahead and execute it. So this is from my side. Now let's look at how the experts feel about it. Maitreya. So our objective is to make sure everyone scores around 50 to 55 in AFM. Do you think this is the right approach? Yes, Maitreya.
It's actually having a plan is a very good thing while you're starting our preparation. So the base for the plan being the ICA past papers and the ICA weightage would be very solid so that we can build a nice preparation strategy over it and we can score good marks. Having our energy invested in the topics which are being covered in the past exams would not dilute our preparation and would not divert our energy into irrelevant topics where we cannot score good marks. So in this way, we are looking into the past papers and we are getting out what are the core areas where ICA is focusing for the past 4 to 5 attempts, and this would greatly help us in the coming 5 days, which is our last cycle of preparation for SFM for May 24 for scoring good marks, which is essentially we are focusing on scoring 50 to 55. That would help us clear group 1. That's it from me.
Thank you, Maitreya, for this. Nish, what's your say?
So this is a good way to categorize your last minute preparation from a perspective of scoring good marks in the exam. So you are already aware of what each chapter has been given a weightage for from the ICA perspective. So whatever preparation you have had in the first and second cycles, it sums up to this preparation where your focus is more on the weighted topics. So you are revising such topics where ICI is gonna ask questions from. That will actually boost your confidence. So this is a good way to shortlist all those topics.
Perfect. So Vamsi, from here and how do you think it is going to help you?
I think it gives us a better clarity regarding which chapters we need to focus and which are topics we are lacking concept clarity. So we can prioritize our preparation according to our level of confidence.
Mitra, you have been instrumental in summarizing the entire module. So how is this process helpful? The whole thing.
We can target what is expected and we get a better idea rather than wasting our energy on topics which are not usually asked. So that way we are more focused now.
Manju, you have very less time to prepare for your exam. So how do you think you're gonna complete everything in just one cycle?
With the help of the mentors, I think I'll be able to.
You have to be louder.
Yeah. With the strategies that the mentors are preparing, I think I'll be able to do it. They're instilling confidence not in a very optimistic and a very glorified manner, but we have daily targets, and by completing each day, I'm getting a little closer to the finish line as well.
So what do you think is the difference between the regular way of studying and this process?
The regular way of studying, you don't analyze anything. You just go about your study mat, you finish the study mat and you go to the exam. Here you know what you're studying, where you lack, where to focus, and you focus on those core topics. So I think, there's a vast difference.
Perfect. So continue finishing your analysis. We'll finalize it. Okay, so this is exactly how things happen. Now, you need to understand a couple of things. One, you always have to pay attention to one thing at a time. And most importantly, it is important for you to know the direction of how your work is going on. So, this ecosystem where you're closely working with a limited set of people, and it's almost like one-to-one. Like for every student, you have one chartered accountant who is exclusively working on your weaknesses. So you're decoding the subject, and then you're working on two ways. Like one is how do you break down the exam? How do you break down the syllabus? How do you break down the subject? So this is one. Don't do that. Just keep it as static. You don't have to move. So one is how do you break down the subject? How do you understand the exam? That is one segment. The second part is, it's from the student's end. How exactly are you trying to know what is the specific strength or weakness of the individual student? Then map it both, the best of both worlds. So completely analyzing the paper, completely analyzing the syllabus, and bringing it to an actionable part, and then completely breaking down the SWOT analysis of each and every student, then mapping it together. Now, if you do it and execute it in a particular way, it's almost impossible to fail. So this is the concept using which we're able to achieve all the results. Hope this is helpful to you. Wherever you're sitting, you can also do it in your own capacity. Probably take help of someone who has already cleared, who has a better perspective of how things should work. So I hope this video is useful for you. So this is CA Mukand, signing off for now. Thank you.